Hi everyone, I'm Anna and this is my channel, Heart and Hobby. I am extra happy to have you here today because despite talking about a kind of sad subject, I am really happy because I have my best girlfriend, BB, with me. This is my baby girl, BB. She is a 6.5-year-old Goldendoodle and she is my little rock star. Unfortunately, BB was diagnosed 2 weeks ago with lymphoma cancer, and we are very heartbroken about it. But I thought it might be beneficial to share her cancer journey because it's becoming more and more common for dogs to get cancer, and it is really the most heartbreaking thing that can happen to a pet because it's just you just don't know what that means for them and how long they have, and it's just so many questions kind of come up. And so I thought I would document BB's journey because maybe it helps someone who just got a recent diagnosis and they don't know what to expect. I certainly don't know what to expect. This is going to be new for both of us every single step of the way, and the more that we can learn and the more that we can share, hopefully this helps someone with their pet. High five. High five. So if you guys are new here, please hit that subscribe button below. I also want you to hit that notification button. You're going to want to subscribe and you're going to want to turn on those notifications because this is going to be a long journey for BB and I. I'm going to make sure to post a new video about this each week because there's going to be tons of updates. I'm not sure exactly how long we're going to get to do this, but hopefully for a long time, right, Beebs? And we're going to share everything we learn about BB's cancer journey and what it means to have a pet with cancer. So make sure you hit those 2 buttons so that you can follow along on this journey with BB and I. I know she would really appreciate it, right, BB? Yeah. So I'm sure many of you are wondering how we even learned about BB's cancer diagnosis. So about 2 weeks ago, I was at my in-law Donna's and we were hanging out. We had the baby, we had BB. We were just kind of taking a relaxing day. I had been kind of not feeling great that morning, so we went over there to hang out, and everything was pretty much normal. We had played with BB all day. We'd gone on a couple of walks. Everything was just it was kind of like a rainy day, and the only thing that was really out of character for BB was she was barking excessively, just non-stop, and it was no matter what we did, she just kept barking. And sometimes she barks because we live on the back edge of a preserve, and sometimes there's deer or wild bears, wild animals and stuff back there, but it was out of character almost for the amount that she was barking. And I do have a baby, and I know she gets jealous of the baby, so I was like, okay, well, maybe it's just the baby. But finally, towards the end of the day, my mother-in-law Donna went to go kind of console BB, and when she went to go pet her, she felt her neck right here, and it felt like she had 2 huge lumps, and I was just like, oh my god. So I immediately went on Google and I saw 2 partial reasons for the lumps, and one was a viral infection which had kind of inflamed the lymph nodes, and the second was lymphoma cancer. And I immediately shut it down, and I was like, nope, it's just a viral infection. We're gonna go get our medicine from the vet and she's gonna be fine. And by Monday, this happened on Saturday, so by Monday her lymph nodes were still really enlarged, and I called the vet at 8 o'clock. He is such a great vet. I will link him below if you're in the Southwest Florida area. His name is Dr. Lovinggood, and he got us in at 9:30 that same morning, and we got in, and he asked me a whole bunch of questions about BB's lymph nodes, specifically if they had gotten larger and if I had felt anywhere on others on her body. And I told him I didn't think so, and I also told him I had felt BB and I didn't feel anything, but also I'm not a vet and I didn't know what to feel for. So he went and he examined BB, and unfortunately he found that she had swollen lymph nodes all along her body, and for him that was an indication that she possibly had lymphoma cancer. But he said he wanted to do a biopsy, so I said we could do that. And so he took a biopsy of one of her lymph nodes, and he said he would call me back later that afternoon. When he called me back, he said that he was 95% sure that BB had lymphoma cancer, and it was heartbreaking because I wasn't expecting it because she's only 6.5 years old. And so he recommended that we go to an oncologist. And so he recommended Fetch Oncologists. They're located in Bonita Springs in Florida, and they are wonderful. Every appointment we've had there so far, they've done a really great job. And so we immediately booked an appointment with Fetch Oncology. So I called Fetch Oncology. They got us in the very next day. They said that they had to confirm the lymphoma cancer as well. They did feel the swollen lymph nodes, and they took another biopsy, which they sent to Texas to determine what type of lymphoma cancer it was. They then prescribed BB prednisone, which is a little like oral medication that I had to give her a pill and a half for every single day until we saw them again. So we got the prednisone and we waited for the confirmation of what type, that it was lymphoma cancer and what type it was. And so about a week later, we got the phone call confirming that it was lymphoma cancer. Our vet was correct, and it was B-cell cancer. So with lymphoma cancer, there's like two main types that they qualify it as, which is B-cell or T-cell. And I'm actually, thank God that it is B-cell, because B-cell is considered like the less aggressive version of these two cancers. And so with the B-cell, with chemotherapy, ideally, if everything goes to plan and she responds well to the chemotherapy, then BB could have anywhere from 6 months to a year, or even more, to live. So that is that's a big relief, because what they see with T-cell generally is that maybe 6 to 9 months if you're lucky, because it's just so aggressive. So in one way, we're really happy because BB has the B-cell, so it's not as aggressive as the other cancer. It's still aggressive and something we still have to take really seriously, but it is the B-cell cancer. I got some goodies for her to hang out with me. So it's been like, just as soon as I found out, I couldn't stop crying. And I think I have cried so much, like for like a past week and a half when we found out, that I don't think I barely have any tears left in my system, because it's just like, oh my God, it just hits you so hard when you're not expecting it. And for her to be so young, like, I'm so convinced that she's gonna be with me until she's like at least 12 years old, and she's only 6 and a half, so I'm like still not even registering what's going on. Another question you guys might have is what causes the cancer. Unfortunately, they really don't know. They do have a couple of like guesses, one of them being unfortunately genetics. So, you know, who's to say why dogs get cancer, how it happens, but it just does, and you kind of have to roll the punches, I guess, when having a pet. That I had was lifespan. So if you don't treat the cancer, dogs will have anywhere, depending on how far along they are with the diagnosis, dogs will have anywhere from 4 weeks to maybe 3 months if you don't do anything to treat the cancer. And I will say that whatever anyone chooses to do, it's an entirely personal preference. It depends on what you're able to do financially. It depends on what you have going on in your life, how well you're able to take care of your dog, what your dog's quality of life is. It really is a personal choice. And I was talking with my mom, because it's so heartbreaking, because I have to make the choice for BB. She's unable to tell me what she wants, but she is my responsibility. And so it is something that, like, you know, no matter what you choose, you'll know what's right for you. I am opting to treat BB with chemotherapy, and I am choosing the more aggressive of the chemotherapy treatments. They had what was called the CHOPS protocol, or the single agent protocol, and I'm choosing the CHOPS protocol, which is more aggressive. It is also more expensive. Chemotherapy has a wide range of pricing. I would say it can range anywhere from maybe $4,000 to $10,000, and I know that's a wide range. I'll tell you guys, I'm estimating that I'm going to be paying probably closer between like $8,000 to $10,000 for BB's treatment, and that is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I don't care who you are, what you say, $10,000, it's a lot of money, and it's a really big unexpected charge, financial burden that I'm gonna have that I was not expecting to have, especially because I just had a son and I was kind of focusing all my energy on that. So it was unexpected, but that happens. That's what happens when you have a dog or a kid. Sometimes things happen unexpectedly. So that's kind of one thing with the cancers, like what treatment's involved and how long they have. So with treatment, so the question is what is treatment like, or what's that cancer diagnosis? So if you do nothing, maybe 4 weeks to 3 months. If you go with the chemo route, which is what we're doing, and we're praying she responds to and it works, dogs can have anywhere from 6 months to a year, maybe a little bit longer if you're lucky. They have seen some successes with dogs who go on to live longer than a year, up to maybe 2 or 3 years. This is really rare, and I totally recognize this may not be an option with us. I'm praying it is, because BB is my special girl. So we just have to wait and see. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining us today. BB and I are very happy to have you guys join us on our channel. We hope that you subscribe and you hit that notification bell, because we are going to be releasing new videos about this every week, and I'll be sharing with you guys what is involved in BB's cancer journey and how she responds to chemo, anything new we learn about it, and what kind of happens on a week-to-week basis. If you have a dog with cancer, I am right there with you. I know the pain and I know how heartbreaking it is, and I am praying for you. If you want to tell me your dog's name, if you want me to pray for them, I will. Leave a comment below. I would love to reach out and say, hi, I'm here for you. BB and I want to thank you so much. Right, Beebs? Come here, boo-boo. So, thank you guys. We love you. We hope you have a great night. Say bye, BB. Can I get a high five?